Hai, Assalamualaikum. Apa khabar semua? Harapnya semua berada dalam keadaan sihat, dalam keadaan PKP ini berada terkurung di rumah. Yang penting anda semua sentiasa produktif dan memastikan bahawa anda aktif dan secara fizikal dan juga keep your mental healthy, okay guys. So anda bersama saya Emma dalam rancangan yang baru ini yang dinamakan Unleash. Okay, so Unleash ni apa sebenarnya? Unleash ni macam Unleash the Dragon gitu kan. Okay, so kita adalah satu produksi baru yang akan membincangkan isu-isu yang hangat, isu-isu yang viral, isu-isu yang meletup. Okay, so harapnya you all semua dah bersedia dan kita akan berkenalan dulu dengan team Unleash. Dan dalam team ini kita ada 5 orang, tapi ada 4 saja yang berada bersama kita pada pagi ini, pada hari ini. So kita nak berkenalan dengan mereka. Okay, so rancangan ini kita akan pada kali ini kita akan berbincangkan tentang TikTok, isu tentang TikTok. Tapi sebelum itu kita berkenalan dengan team Unleash. Boleh kita berkenalan dengan Unleash pertama iaitu Latep. Can we call Latep to the stage?
Hello, how are you?
Hi, apa khabar? How are you guys? How are you doing?
Doing good, cooped up in the house, tapi tak apa, insyaAllah.
So, okay, let's just berkenalan dengan Unleash yang kedua, the team Unleash yang kedua. Let me call Anis to the stage. Anis.
Hi.
Hi Anis, how are you doing?
I'm alright. I mean, what else is there to do at home, right? So,
Anis, now let's get to know another member of Unleash, iaitu Hash. Come on stage, Hash.
there you.
Gelabah tak? Tiba-tiba tak keluar. Tadi dia kenakan. Alah-alah prank tu. Hai Emma.
Hi, how are you, Hash? So, anyways, we have another member who couldn't join us, Sab, who is away for some health reasons. But it's okay. Inshallah, we'll see her in our next rancangan or next episode. But today what we have in store with you is a very interesting topic. Before I reveal to you, let's go to segment 1. Okay, so untuk segmen kali ini, untuk episod kali ini, kita akan membincangkan tentang media sosial yang paling hangat sekali right now at this moment, especially during the last, a year and a half ago, TikTok. Okay, so TikTok has been like macam around and being used so widely, not just in Malaysia tapi dekat di luar negara juga, dan dia menjadi satu platform kegemaran, kita punya remaja-remaja, but also, adults are in it as well. So it's really interesting. Kita nak tahu sebenarnya, I am actually at Instagram, I suka Instagram. Like I have a lot of, my contents are on Instagram. So I really don't get it why people are on TikTok. So I nak fahamkan, and I really want to know, because some of my friends were saying that I could enjoy TikTok. I just want to know more about it, and adakah sebenarnya TikTok ni, something yang sebenarnya I can unleash myself, or my persona dekat dalam TikTok atau tidak. Okay, but first, before kita bercerita tentang TikTok, dia punya, what it is and also what's the pros and cons of it, let's go to this montage.
Tinggi-tinggi kita balik, tinggi lagi sayang sama kamu. I sit by myself, talking to the moon.
Hey, baby, let me see it. I just wanna eat it.
I don't know. I hope I don't fall.
tadi aku buat kopi. Manis gila. Rupanya yang aku masukkan bukan gula, tapi kisah cinta kita.
Alright, so many funny TikTok content. Okay, tu antara yang beberapa TikTok content yang telah ditunjukkan jenis-jenis TikTok yang ada. I actually quite enjoy it, but just to understand more, TikTok ni apa sebenarnya? Latep, can you share us a little bit what is TikTok?
Okay,
Why is it so popular?
TikTok ni kan dia meneruskan evolusi social media kita. Kalau dulu kita start dari zaman Friendster lah, dari zaman apa sebelum Friendster? Oh my god.
MySpace.
Space, yes. Semua dah arwah, semua dah bersawang
my
lah.
God.
Semua dah. So, from all that and then to blogging, guys, remember? And then kita pergi ke, lepas blogging, kita ke FB, and then kita ke kita ke Twitter, lepas tu kita ke Instagram. What you notice is, makin lama, makin berkurang kita menulis. Okay? If you notice, okay? From dulu, kalau kita start dari blog, lepas tu kita ke MySpace dan Friendster, kita buat tulis testimonial. Blog dulu kita bangun pagi berus gigi semua kita tulis. Lepas tu kita pergi ke Twitter, kita limited to 140 karakter dulu kan. Lepas tu kita pergi ke Instagram, kita tanpa gambar. Lepas tu tak payah gambar pun, kita just berlakon. So this is what's happening to society now. We are writing less and less, but we are expressing ourselves in a very different way. Now, if you remember, TikTok ni sebenarnya dah lama, a few years juga dah. Tapi dia betul-betul popular bila satu dunia quarantine. Dan masa quarantine tu kan, kita tiba-tiba we need a form of escapism. Masa tu lah dalgona, masa tu lah, ingat tak ya orang duk yang melompat-lompat sambil nak pergi.
Come on, Latep, you did it as well, right? I'm sure you are
Tak boleh,
macam
saya tak boleh. I tingkat 19, bergegar sekarang. Raksasa datang lah, dia orang ingat kan. Jadi kita tak boleh. Jadi kita kena selamatkan semua. So for me, it became popular in March last year to April, and everyone needed an outlet. They needed to express themselves. They need to unleash themselves. So for me, it's a platform that requires creativity, requires idea. Okay, it's very different dengan Insta Story. Insta Story ni kan kadang-kadang I nak cerita lah. Insta Story ni orang buat macam ni je tau. Dia macam satu Insta Story, dua Insta Story. Okay, 75 Insta Story, 2M. Okay, now betul. Tapi you tahu tak, nak buat satu posting TikTok tu, saya hargai the production involved, the aesthetic involved, and the thought process involved. Maknanya orang tu kena rancang. You ingat nak tukar baju 7 kali tu, you fikir tau berapa kali. I nak buat, duk bergantung lagi baju I kat situ. Itu tak Emma? Tak larat nak tukar satu baju, lepas tu tukar satu baju, lepas tu kamera collapse. Jadi for me, it's a platform for creativity and for production, for aesthetic, for thinking, conceptualization. It is fantastic.
Okay, so in terms of expression, in like macam cara kita berekspresi dekat dalam ruangan yang orang lain boleh nampak lah, and it's more of lakonan right now. So it's kind of like saying you are pretentious, isn't it? It's like kalau Insta Story, it's like real life, babe. Like this really happened. Like I don't need to edit it, or I don't need to. Okay lah, adalah filter sikit, but like macam it's what happened, you know. So it's kind of like macam what is TikTok doing is creating people to become different and become not themselves, but the kind of reality that people wants to see. Anis, do you want to have jump in and share?
I agree with that completely. Sebab apa yang orang nampak is that 30 second segment that you played for everyone that took 7 hours to record, so it's increasing people's, just their expectation of things. You expect perfection they don't know that the amount of effort that goes into that 30-second snippet yang orang tu dah berusaha, dah pakai makeup 7 kali, tukar baju, hafal script for days, and the end result is a 30-second clip. And then bila diulang banyak-banyak kali, you see so many people doing it. What happens to people's expectations? You expect that, okay, I can just wake up in the morning and do it, and then when you don't look as perfect, it messes with your mind. It's like, oh my God, I'm not perfect.
Emma,
Perfection,
masyarakat,
self-worth.
sorry. Emma, masyarakat plastik ni dah lama wujud. We don't blame it on TikTok. We don't blame it on TikTok, okay? We don't blame it on TikTok. Dari Instagram lagi. Alamak, panasnya hari ni. Terperangkap dalam jam. Tunjuk gambar, but you want to show logo creator you. Betul tak? Alamak,
Yeah,
panas.
narrative yang dicipta, right?
Betul. Narrative yang dicipta. Panasnya hari ni, tunjuk sunroof dalam kereta. It's a production every day as it is.
Dia bukan tunjuk panas sebenarnya. Dia nak tunjuk
Betul.
kereta.
Ya. Jadi
Why should this culture be continued? I mean,
okay, there's a
why
difference.
prolong it?
There's a difference when Instagram is trying to create, in fact now they also have this thing called Reels, okay? Reels ni pun macam seolah-olah nak mengatakan this is real in a way of Insta stories, okay? Tetapi TikTok, a lot of people know it's a production. A lot of people know it's not really people, it's really, people know you do not change your baju 7 kali, pop, it's just like, it is a production. People know that you made that effort to do it. And some of it are real as well. When people are talking about mental health issues online, they're talking about their background coming up from divorced parents yang diorang cerita. Walaupun mungkin diorang tunjuk tu, alamak, I boleh rasa emosi dia. So some of it are real as well. Jadi kena ada balance aku. What do you think?
Okay,
Hash,
fine.
betul tak?
Tapi iyalah, macam ada banyak konten-konten lah yang mungkin ada yang beneficial, macam benefit jugalah kepada audience kan. What's your favorite content, Hash? Can you share?
Yeah, for me, I memang suka dengan konten-konten yang memang menguji you punya creativity untuk you hasilkan that content. For example, yang di latest kita nampak yang tukar-tukar baju 2-3 kali kan, macam dekat dalam montage yang kita tengok tadi tu kan. That one my favourite. And then I suka ya video-video yang memang menguji you punya skill editing and then menguji you punya skill miming, lakonan. Semua macam hiburan lah. Tapi I tak nafikan dalam masa yang sama, I suka juga konten-konten yang dibagi sharing session, for example, you motivate others kan. And then let's say macam I tengah down untuk seseorang kat rumah ni, merindui seseorang ke, melindungi parents ke kan. So macam, I perlukan orang untuk macam bagi motivation dekat I. And then for example kan, kita ada, I suka juga challenge, tapi I tak pernah lah buat. I suka judge orang punya challenge, for example kan. Tapi I pernah buat challenge dengan Latep lah. Kita orang pernah buat Bad Romance Challenge tu, memang kita orang gila lah melawan tu kan. So yeah, for me, macam Latep cakap tadi, kind of escapism, and then at the same time dia memang menguji you punya creativity. I sebagai orang production, I rasa macam it's a good thing untuk TikTok punya user sebab dia menyebar luaskan lagi orang-orang untuk menguji dia punya creativity dia. Macam tu.
Tapi actually selain daripada bila orang try out fine, you want to try out, you want to produce content, tapi bila konten-konten ni macam ala sendu gitu sentiasa akan dikecam oleh netizen. So like I'm sure you one of it lah kan, Hash, yang suka mengecam tu. So like macam what does that do to people, like macam kesian dia dah lah cuba 7 hari nak siapkan kontennya selama 7 saat tu, lepas tu apa yang dia dapat adalah kecaman-kecaman netizen. Is it worth it, Anis?
I mean, that depends on the individual, doesn't it? You can have like a lot of content and really not care what people think of you, and maybe disable comments or just not pay attention to them because all you want to do is express yourself. But then at the same time, that's why it's quite dangerous because you got a lot of young people join TikTok, and I know that it's so cliche, but they are so vulnerable to social pressures, to the judgment of other people. So when you are that young and that exposed, it's really concerning, because people have this image of perfection that they feel that you need to achieve, and it's setting really unrealistic standards, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, I can resonate with that. I mean, I have kids on my own, and hari tu while researching for this topic, I did a TikTok yang dululah pernah viral 2 tahun lepas, 3 tahun lepas punya TikTok. I was trying it, I put it on my Insta story, and my daughter was like watching it and said, cringe, mom. Like seriously, that is so lame. Like that was like last year punya ni. And to me, you know, being somebody, I mean like being somebody yang alhamdulillah, I feel like macam I'm confident enough to know that or to tapis, you know, or this if there is any negative comment, I was like whatever, you know, that's their own problem. They orang deal lah with themselves. But we're talking about teenagers, we're talking about youngsters who are involved in this, who like macam TikTok is part of their life, and if you know they get all this like macam comments, negative comments and online bullying stuff, isn't this like macam not healthy? Latep, what do you think?
Yang penting tu nawai tu kita terlibat dalam menghasilkan video-video ini. Ini yang balik kepada soalan yang awal tadi kepada Anis. Bagaimana, what do we want to hasilkan ni? Kita hasilkan untuk information sharing. I know there are a lot of doctors who are using TikTok to educate people. There's also people who wants to share their artistic skill. So now, when it goes back with what you've mentioned about teenagers not being able to deal with, that is important to be teaching media literacy in school. Why are we detaching the most important part, the most important thing affecting our youngsters today? Kita tak ajar dekat sekolah. Okay? To me, of course, you need to learn history, you need to learn geography, you know, you need to learn maths, you need all that. But come on, communication, media communication is important because our kids are growing with all this and we're not teaching it in school. So we have to have a course on media communication. We educate them from young. We also need to incorporate and talk to them about issues like, you know, emotional management, about cyberbullying, things like that, which are now maybe, they could be just one session khas in a year punya class where they talk about cyberbullying. I think this is something that needs to be educated. A lot of information is out there and what content is suitable as well. Kita cakap kan, kalau what's common sense to us, sadly kan, it's not common sense to the younger generation. So we may think this is inappropriate, but they might think, hey, this is cool. So we need to create a balance so that they know what's okay for them, how it will affect them, what's in it for their future. Nak cari kerja nanti orang look back at your TikTok 6 tahun lepas and say, oh dear, we don't want this person to see what is that. So for me, I think we need to educate the young generation how to use TikTok. Kita ajar dia. Dah diorang nak guna benda ni. Why are we telling them to stop using it when this is an amazing tool? Why don't we support them? Universities, school, we educate them supaya diorang tahu yang this is not something they can secretly do. Sekarang nak menari TikTok sikit dah kena marah dengan mak. Dah kena buat senyap-senyap. Lepas tu keluarlah TikTok emosi. I hate my mom, but she gave birth to me, but I have to love her and all that semua kan. But I think once we educate them, I'm sure they'll be able to develop great content and content that would be beneficial to all of us.
You know, I love your point. Yes, I love your point about, you know, media literacy and having this kind of education to our kids. And I rasa like macam, okay, some countries they have started. I think Malaysia is quite behind in terms of, you know, actually telling our school kids, our, you know, at school level basically, tentang, okay, how do you want to use this? How do you become an ethical user? How do you how do you still be an entertainer but still respect others? You know, not be a negative voice in the space. But I also, I mean, I think this is an interesting idea. Maybe kalau macam susah sangat lah kita nak penetrate to schools, why don't we use TikTok itself as a way to teach media literacy? What do you think, Hash?
Betul, sebab I pernah tengok ada konten-konten dekat TikTok sekarang ni pun dia dah more fokus kepada yang something yang positif, ataupun kalau kita nak nampak komen-komen negatif macam yang Anish cakap tadi tu kan, dah kurang. Kalau ada pun komen-komen negatif ni sebenarnya ada orang yang macam dia save that video and then tiba-tiba dia pergi letak dekat Twitter, and then Twitter ni kita tahulah memang full of hate people kan, haters banyak je dekat Twitter kan. Padahal orang yang guna TikTok ni dia memang akan support each other, okay? Dia macam akan, this is good content, go. I pernah tengok ada satu account ni, dia satu account daripada UK, if not mistaken, dah lupa nama dia. Dia blind tau, dia buta. So dia educate orang macam mana sebenarnya orang buta jalani kehidupan seharian. Walaupun dia memang tak ada rupa sebagai, patut orang kita tanyalah, macam mana you make up sebagai, macam ni berjalan. Baru kita tahu sebenarnya jalan raya sebagai tu memang ada benda-benda yang dibuat khas untuk orang buta sebenarnya. Orang buta je yang tahu benda tu. And then I pernah tengok satu account yang memang dia ada problem dengan dia punya face sebagai, memang tak cantik sebagai, tapi all the comments semua positif. All the comments semua cakap you sebenarnya cantik, kecantikan tu sebenarnya bukan daripada luaran tapi dalaman sebagai. So I rasa I jarang jumpa negative vibes dekat TikTok instead of
Okay. So it's a very positive community as opposed to Twitter, because I think Twitter, I'm not on Twitter, but I heard that Twitter can be a very toxic place. So maybe like macam Anis, you're on Twitter, and what do you think? Like macam as opposed to TikTok?
Well, I think because Twitter, it's very text based. So people like to luah. They rant, they write out their opinions, and then because of the people you follow, it's sort of like an echo chamber. So when you make a negative comment, other people add on to it, and it builds emotion, and then it can keep rolling and create a really, really, it creates a lot of anger, I feel. So I actually had to step back from Twitter because it was so toxic to myself. Just
I pun
reading.
tak pakai Twitter.
I
tak macam
don't even participate, I just read. And
True.
it's enough to make me go, I've got too much of this, I need to step back. Because, there are very strong opinions. And I believe that it could be a really good tool, except, I guess macam TikTok lah. Double-edged sword. Kan? It could be a good tool, and then it could be, the other side can contain things that are detrimental to people. I'm sure, on TikTok, there are instances where you have fake doctors, you have people promoting products that aren't good for you, diet teas or diet juices or whatever. There are trends which I don't know that would be kind of, not safe to do, challenges that are, So the interesting thing, I think, Hash, that you might, because it's an algorithm, right? So your FYP is catered to you. If you watch positive things, you're gonna get positive things. Yeah. So if you start going into the negative things, you'll slowly get those into your feed. And then,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how to predict it. It's an AI.
Yeah.
They predict
I setuju
it.
dengan algoritma tu, betul. So jangan follow apa akaun-akaun ataupun benda-benda yang negatif ni, swipe je terus walaupun keluar dekat FYP kan.
Right. Okay. So macam obviously we have some favorites lah on our media social kan, and I can see that macam okay, Latep and Hash is kind of pro of TikTok. I just wanted to ask you guys, do you guys have a TikTok account that you produce stuff on it? What kind of content do you guys produce on TikTok? Or are you just like macam looking around and watching other TikToks and
As academician, I rasa I lebih kepada just tengok konten-konten.
ni jawapan safe ni sebenarnya guys. Ni adalah jawapan yang dia
I takut kalau I buat konten kejap lagi, bos I akan tiba-tiba tanya, hey, mana you punya publication? Mana you punya research? Jenuh. So macam I guna
tiba.
maybe ada account sebenarnya yang tak pakai nama dia, pakai nama orang lain.
But this is interesting. Hash pointed out something that is very interesting because kita as individuals, we have our professional lives as well. Kita maybe we are an engineer, we are a lawyer, we kita hold a certain post pentadbiran yang tinggi. And therefore like macam when you have social media accounts, it always puts you in a very tough spot where you nak create content tapi you rasa you boleh creative, you boleh be funny, but you don't want to get misunderstood, you don't want it to be taken out of context. So how do we deal with this, Latep? What do you think? Professionals trying to be on TikTok, trying to be funny on TikTok,
I think it's about finding that balance. It's about I mean I've seen a lot of the educational professional doctors who are using it to spread messages about the field of medicine and what's health related issues. But at the same time, they're showing their fashionable side and changing 7 clothes each time to show you that doctors have a life as well. And I think it's always good to have that balance. And right now, I think what we see trending on TikTok as well is this, show yourself and then show your degree, something like that. And then after that, you show how your professional life is. So some person can look very, 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 maybe I don't want to be taken out of context. Nampak macam rempit ke sikit or nampak macam mak motor, tapi tiba-tiba dia tunjuk degree dia macam wow, dia macam petroleum engineer in some oil rig somewhere. Lepas tu dengan lagu pun lagu dramatic tu lah kan. So it shows that it's at the same time trying to educate people that you are not just what people see you and you're more than that. And I think TikTok allows you to show that part. And I think people are beginning to understand and respect that slowly. And I think as academics, we should be looking things in TikTok because I think when people talk about TikTok and they're still talking about just dance challenges. I don't know why. Dia yang do and then and all those things. But cuba sit down, tengok betul-betul content, look at buat content analysis lah. Cuba tengok how many positive things, what are the things that you see. I mean, the words of wisdom. I love to listen motivational words. And kadang-kadang, wah, dia cakap dengan a sense of style or a sense of gaya. Ada seorang tu nak cakap one line je, tapi dia punya berhias tu, punya nak nampak smart macam, ni mesti, nak get ready je 2 jam, tapi just to say one word on TikTok. I tend to appreciate the professionalism in them in producing those TikToks as well. It's bukannya macam just nak buat je, but they put it in thought process. So for me, professionals should take advantage of that if they have the time. Masalahnya semua sibuk, professional tak ada masa nak buat. Dia ada, I pun takut bos I cakap mana research paper kau, mana publication kau.
I love that point where like macam where you are professional but you show the other side of you, you show like the human side of you, which I think I like to portray that on my Instagram. And I would think that macam maybe like the challenge that you cakap kan, okay, you show yourself, so I might show myself jumping rope and then suddenly actually I have a PhD macam tu. Not to like macam shout out ke apa ke kita punya academic degree, but
best lah sebab dia kan keluarkan show your degree, show yourself then show your degree. I think that's the name of that kind of TikTok. So kita tengok dia, bila I tengok kan I akan cuba teka dia ni kerja apa, tiba-tiba wah
dan semua
banyak salah. So you tend to be very your first impression ni tak baik sangat kan.
But I mean, Anis, do you think you would be able to be open to that kind of content? I mean, like, it's not really Lahore punya content lah. It has some element of they inject some fun to it, they inject some humor to it, but at the same time it's kind of like inspirational or educating, things like that. Are you open to it? Do you think that you'll become like macam a TikToker one day?
Oh God, definitely not. I think because the sheer amount of effort that goes into it is like too much for me to handle. But then itulah, I guess I still have my reservations because even when you are thinking that it's a positive message, if you're showing yourself and then showing your degree. But then I also think about like the underlying impact that has on people. Like, oh great, now people are going to be looking at me. I don't have a degree. What, all these other unintended tersirat messages that you could be sending out. So yeah, call me, I'm like a pessimist. So I'm going to look at all the negative sides of things before I even see the positive. But I mean, yeah, that's my opinion.
How about you, Hash? Do you think you would be open to? I know you say you don't produce this kind of content, you're more like macam a viewer. But if this kind of content, do you think that you be open to producing this, ataupun you're thinking, oh, I'm a pro already, like TikTok is just like macam bibi, like budak baru nak up, like seriously?
No, I learn a lot from TikTok actually, especially dalam konteks untuk editing and then produce the aesthetic of the videos. And I maybe takkan buat that content tu, tapi I suka untuk inspired new generation untuk buat this kind of positive content kepada audience. So macam yang El cakap tadi kan, macam mana kita nak terapkan media literacy dekat new generation sekarang. So I think I akan kaji pasal TikTok. I akan buat analysis content pasal TikTok, and then I akan make sure I akan boleh bagi tahu dekat to all my students supaya guys please buat content-content yang boleh inspiring orang. Macam tu. Sebab macam cakap, kalau I nak buat pun macam TikTok dah bukan level-level I dah. Tiba
So you're saying you're too old for TikTok?
Aduh lah, ni pun dah tua dah rasanya.
Does TikTok have an age limit, Latep?
No way. TikTok doesn't have any age limit. I think it's about inspiring people. So inspiration cuts across age. So I believe in that. And I know just now Anis mentioned about people yang tak ada degree akan rasa sedih atau apa. But there's always a potential to find great content. Like I've had content of people who has to struggle and show how their future became like, how they started off kerja, helping out their parents, or kena berniaga dari sekecil-kecil tapak niaga, to all the way to where they are, tiba-tiba they have their own business and all that. That's also part of TikTok content. And I think macam ni lah, I would like to respect that this TikTok defines this generation. All of us who are older than the so-called group, we take it and learn from this generation on the positivity of what it can offer. And I've seen a lot of TikToks done by middle-aged people and older people as well. And some of them can really change baju 7 kali, okay? And larat, okay? I tell you, berpeluh nak buat kat Malaysia ni, berpeluh.
But there is like macam seriously kan, it really shows like macam Anis cakap lah, like macam the sheer amount of effort that actually goes into it. And as an adult, okay, I might be like macam talking to myself here and saying, Emma, I think Emma can change 7 times of clothes because she just wants to create this like macam content yang dia rasa fun tapi mungkin cringe dekat anak dia. So macam what do you think, Anis? Like macam
But guys, okay, macam you cakap tadi kan, bila kita letak so much effort untuk hasilkan dalam video yang macam less than 30 second bagai kan, sebenarnya itulah yang dialami oleh pembikin filem ataupun dekat Malaysia. You nak keluarkan contoh, for example iklan dekat TV tu macam dalam 30 second, tapi nak shooting dia berhari-hari, nak planning dia berhari-hari. So bagi I itu adalah satu bentuk yang macam kita nak bagi tahu juga ke orang untuk you hasilkan something yang walaupun sikit je dia punya duration, tetapi effort, aesthetic, knowledge yang you letakkan dalam punya video tu, itu yang menyebabkan you ada for the next levelnya.
Betul Hash. Sorry Anis, I have to cut through here. I have to say betul. Sebagai bekas-bekas pelakon iklan kami berdua ingin mengatakan bahawa nak buat iklan 30 saat can take a day. And I think I like TikTok is because of the appreciation to production, the appreciation to conceptualization, the appreciation to aesthetics. And then itu yang I think what I like about that is that maknanya people are taking into consideration all this in coming up with nice, beautiful, positive things. For me, that's effort. And for me, school should take that opportunity on that part. Dan El rasa Hash, El rasa TikTok will be around for quite a while until the next thing comes in. Entah by then tak tahu dah what the next technology might be, kita boleh tidur je kot, and then the technology works on its own.
Makin pendek.
We less things to do, we don't write as much, so who knows what's going to be the future of it. Thanks.
But I think, all of us here might be, agreeing and disagreeing to a certain degree. But I think all of us here are creative. We like to think ourselves as creative content creators, and we always appreciate creativity. And I think, having TikTok as another platform to express, creativity is always, encouraging. And what I think if I can rumuskan from this discussion is that, that appreciation terhadap the creative work that goes behind the behind the scene of media production world, that sebelum ni orang tak nampak. Sebelum ni orang just assume apa yang ada kat drama, apa yang ada kat iklan is so easy to make, tapi sebenarnya diorang tak tahu berlakon tu adalah susah. So it's something that actually membuka mata semua orang. From a young level to actually say, hey, sebenarnya nak buat content is not easy. It needs proper planning. Dan kita appreciate mungkin lepas ni gaji-gaji pelakon, gaji-gaji producer akan lebih tinggi because kita appreciate this kind of creative content, this kind of people that selama ni tidak diberi pengiktirafan ataupun tidak diberi this stature yang sepatutnya. So I think that is wonderful to have the discussion among you guys for this session. I think what we can do next is, I think we have something special, guys. Kita akan membuat TikTok challenge. Okay, so apa yang kita akan buat lepas ni, kita akan tunggu selepas montaj ini. Okay, hashtag ada berani. Okay, so sekarang ini kita nak buat challenge. Okay, so in every Unleash punya episode, we will have a challenge with all of us doing something. And for this episode, we are doing a TikTok challenge. Okay, so wow, dah stretching dah tu nampaknya Latep di belakang. Okay, so we are ready. Anis, are you freezing for sengaja habiskan diri dia sendiri ke macam
Anis pura-pura.
want to do the challenge?
Sekarang kucing dia lalu kat belakang.
Mana bel?
I nak buat jom do and Anis,
See, Anis just like macam went back
Suddenly.
out sekejap just to like
Pandai you Anissa beli
I
channel
did
ni.
it. It's my Wi-Fi. I swear. It's my Wi-Fi.
Anis, dalam
Okay, but
hidup
anyway,
kita kena
for
terima
today-
dalam hidup kita kena terima cabaran. Jangan kerana takut dan kita tak face our fear. Betul tak, Emma?
Yes, betul tu. We have to actually at least try push outside of our comfort zone. And now we are pushing Anis out of her comfort zone because we are challenging everybody to do a TikTok challenge called the Breakfast Challenge.
Ready? Go.
Okay.
Habis.
Alright. Okay guys. So Tania dah dapat membuat TikTok challenge, breakfast challenge tu. So how do you feel, Anis, after doing the challenge?
You guys don't know I practiced for 3 days. So like, the effort that goes into it.
Kan? See,
Just for a few
Selamat
seconds
datang
punya
ke dunia
moves, kan?
Selamat datang ke dunia TikTok, Anis.
Okay, alright. So
good.
thank you everybody for being part of this episode where we talk about TikTok. Dan hopefully we all had a really good discussion yang boleh benefit to our viewers out there, and we did a really fun challenge at the end. Anyways, I had really fun, guys. I hope you all had fun as well with me for this episode TikTok. Then hopefully we'll see each other in the next session, in the next Unleash episode. So hope to see you guys then. Keep tuning in to Unleash. Okay, bye.
Bye.